You're listening to the Not Podcast. We show you how to do life and business confident, focused, and with a plan so that you can make more money. Have more free time and less stress. Your host, Wayne Withersby, will uncover actionable hacks, strategies, tips, and insights you can use today to live a better, more productive life. It's time to boost your mindset, confidence, and your attitude. Here's your host, Coach Wayne.
Welcome back, people. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, I just want to say we're at the last few days of December, and we have officially ended the year as a top 10 podcast on several charts. And I want to thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me rant and hopefully help you guys. And today I want to talk about leadership and how your people feel. Because if you lead with heart and curiosity and give a real damn, your customers are going to feel how your people feel. And you're going to see where I'm going with this. So, in my opinion, the best leaders don't lead with just authority. They lead with heart. They lead with curiosity. And honestly, if they're good, they give a damn. And what do I mean by that? Well, leadership isn't about a position or a title. It's about influence. And the most powerful influence you'll ever have is the culture you create through how you treat your people. And here's the truth many leaders will overlook on this subject. Your customers are treated exactly the way your people feel treated. And I'm going to start with heart, okay, because that's the first one that came to mind. You got to put people before performance. And you're going to hear me if you've ever done business with me, if you ever had a conversation with me. I always say if we people good, then the rest of it pretty much will take care of itself. So you got to put people before performance. And leading with heart means you see people as human beings first, not producers, not numbers, not roles, or an org chart. When leaders show empathy, and they listen without judgment and care about what's happening in their people's lives, man, something powerful happens, right? You get trust deepens, and engagement with your people rises, and ownership increases. I always say, when I was an employee, I ran it like it was my money because I really cared, and I knew my people above me cared. So people don't just go the extra mile because they're forced to. They do it because they feel valued. And valued people value their customers. And that leads me to curiosity. And what does that have to do with any of this, right? Well, curiosity, you got to seek to understand before you direct, okay? And curiosity is the leadership skill that says, help me understand instead of do what I say. Okay, curious leaders ask better questions, point blank. What's getting in your way? What are you seeing that I'm not? Or what would make this easier for the customer? Okay? When your team feels heard, they become more thoughtful and more proactive and more creative in how they serve other people. Curiosity builds psychological safety. And psychological safety builds great service. And that's where, as a leader, you got to give a damn. Right? Giving a damn is the difference maker. Let's call it what it is. People know when you care and they know when you don't. And giving a damn shows up in little small things, like following up when you said you would, or addressing issues instead of ignoring them, or, standing up for your people when it matters. And I'm not just saying words, I'm saying own it. And when leaders genuinely care, teams don't just work harder, they care back. And that care is passed directly to the customer's experience. Culture is the real customer service strategy. You can train scripts and you can build systems and you can polish processes, but culture always wins. But culture always wins if your people feel like respected, right? Respected, and they respect their customers. They feel rushed, they're going to rush their customer. They feel supported, they're going to support the customer. If they feel ignored, guess what? They ignore the customers, or they don't give them their full service. So your internal culture becomes more of an external brand. So you got to lead the way you want your customers to be treated. If you want loyal customers, you got to build a loyal team. If you want patience and understanding, model it internally. And if you want excellence, create an environment where people feel safe to care. Leadership isn't about being the smartest person in the damn room. It's about being the most human person in the room. So when you lead with heart and you stay curious with your people and you truly give a damn, you don't just build a better team, you build a better business and a better experience for your customer. Because in the end, your customers don't experience your mission statement. They experience your people. So I'm going to give you a little exercise, okay? This is a little actionable leadership move. I want you this week to have one intentional conversation with a team member where your only goal is to listen. Not fixing something, not directing something, just curiosity and care. And watch how that energy shows up and how they serve others, or what kind of energy that brings to the room. I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas. We're right on top of New Year's. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to recalibrate and rest and be ready to hit the ground running. I thank you so much for making us a top 10 podcast in 108 countries. So I want you to all go, and if you're in sales, I want you to sell a bunch. I want you to travel safe, and I want you to go find somebody and say something nice to them. You guys take care, and we're going to see you in 2026. Bye.
You've been listening to the Productive, Not Busy podcast. Please hit the subscribe and notification of new episodes button and visit us on social media like Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for bonus content.